Now if I turn left, turn right, left and right. Now if I look up, the camera looks up. And if I look down, the camera is looking down. All right guys, I am back in the field with the Mini 3 Pro, the Integra goggles, as well as the Motion 2 controller. And reading some of the comments on my previous video, just wanted to answer some of those. I did try the Motion controller version 1. I could not get that one to sync, so if you guys are thinking about that one. However, I really hope in the future that they will open it up to the other remotes, because it will be nice to just be able to pilot the drone using your remote control, a standard remote control, with the goggles and not always having to use the Motion 2 controller. I think there's a lot of expectation that the remote should work, so hopefully they'll be able to support that, so you're able to use something like your RC Pro or your DJI RC to pilot the drone, but then use your goggles. And the next comment I got a lot of questions about is head tracking. Is head tracking available on this? And the answer is yes. I got it to work at home, and the way you actually turn it on is you just pull the menu system down from the top, and there's a few different options. There's recording, and then there's a brightness setting, as well as the head tracking. You just have to turn head tracking on, and when you do turn head tracking on, your drone will then look in whatever direction that your goggles are looking at. And I did test it at home as far as just doing it in my living room, but I want to do it now for the very first time here, now that I'm in an open area park, for me to test that out. All right, so first thing, of course, let's get the drone up in the air, hit that orange button, double tap there. Okay, we are powered on, and up we go. In order for you to turn head tracking on your D-pad in the remote control right here at the very top, you're gonna press down, and once you press down, a menu is gonna come up from the very top. It'll slide down from the top, and you'll have the option to record. You have the option to change your brightness, enhance the display, and then the next one is head tracking. So as you can see here, my head tracking right now is not highlighted, which means it's not on. But what I'm gonna do now, of course, is turn that on. And by turning it on, all you do is select it. So press down, go to the right, hit select. Now my head tracking, it says head tracking enabled, aircraft is braking, press lock to button to cancel it. So right now I do have it locked. So of course, everything I'm doing right now is not gonna be affected with the drone, because it is locked mode where you just have to press that orange button while it's in air for you to lock it. But once I unlock it, which I'm gonna do right now, okay, so it's unlocked. And right now, as you can see, if I turn, so I can put my joystick down here. Now if I turn left, turn right, left and right. If I look up, hold on, let me turn it this way. Let me turn. Now if I look up, the camera looks up. And if I look down, the camera is looking down. So this is a trip, because I don't want to turn my back on it while I'm trying to film this thing. So as you can see, it is turning with me, and it's turning. And then if I want to still use my remote control, I can still do that, or my motion controller. As far as positioning the drone where you want it to go, you're gonna want it to go where that circle is, and the way you control that circle is still with your motion controller. Now the biggest change here is that you're gonna wanna do is that if you want to go towards, say for instance, I wanna go towards that circle, and I wanna look down now, or I can actually tilt my head down, and the camera will now tilt down. That's what you would wanna use that head tracking for. I wouldn't say you wanna use it for that, left and right so much, because your orientation might be a little messed up. You still want to use that motion controller to control it. As you can see, I'm using the motion controller right now, turning the drone, keeping that straight. But if I want to look down, I could look down, I could look to the left, but I'm still going in that direction, but I'm looking left. How cool is that? And I think I'm in follow mode right now, because you can see my horizon is just flat. But we're just testing it out, so not a big deal. But as you can see here, so I'm going towards where that circle is pointed, but I can actually look this way. I can look all the way around. The drone is now turning around, but I'm still going in the same direction. So I can look to the right, and that's me over there, my home point. Look back, and the drone keeps going straight, because I need to control the drone with the motion controller. So the head tracking just really helps you be able to look around, just like that, but you're still using the remote control, the motion controller, to pilot the drone as far as direction goes. So You still want to be able to maneuver it with your motion controller, but if you wanted to look down just like this, which is cool, I can look down, I can look around and see just different things while I'm flying in a straight line. So that is pretty cool. It is a trip. It is a trip when you are trying to get your orientation right because you're looking one way and you're like, why is it not going in that direction? But there you go. Head tracking does work. Let me just turn this way. I can point my controller down a little bit that way. And you can still do the same thing with the controller. So if I point it down, it's gonna look down and it's gonna go down. If I lift it up, it'll now go up because my circle's going up. However, if I look down, I could look down while my drone is going up. So you could do different types of maneuvers up in the air just by using that head tracking. So as you can see here, I'm going towards the homes here, but I could look away and I could look back. There you go. So let's come back around. Don't want to fly right over them. But I could turn around, and this is really cool. So I can look down, but no, if you look at my height's not changing much because I'm not flying down, I'm just looking down. So if I go in a straight line here, I'm at 40 feet up in the air, and I can just look down, and my height actually stays just about the same because I'm just holding my remote control straight. Now if I wanted to go down lower, I just point it down, accelerate, then come back up. This is pretty cool to use head tracking. Look at that. It reminds me of something like course lock, where you're able to then just look in a direction or point the drone in a direction and still be able to use that controller, the remote control, to turn. But here I'm just using my Motion 2 controller as well as the Integra goggles, but I am able to now look around while I am flying. So head tracking on the Mini 3 Pro and this full setup here does work. Look at that. It almost looks like I'm going straight down. This is cool because it gives you that perspective of you kind of like diving. As you can see here, I can go look straight down. I can actually feel like I'm diving and then come back up. Down. Come back around. Come up. There you go. And there it is, guys. Head tracking does work. Like I said, it's kind of a trip because you just have to realize that your goggles are actually making the camera and the drone point in a certain direction. So orientation is going to be a big deal for you to, work with, because you might be looking in one direction, but your circle is pointed in a different direction. So if you accelerate, it's gonna go towards where that circle is. But it is really cool once you get the hang of it, because it allows you to now go in something like a straight line and then look around or look down. I was doing a couple of dives over there where it felt like it was like diving, because basically the drone's going straight, it's kind of going lower, and you look down, which means the camera is pointing straight down, so you can get a bunch of different looks that way. Hopefully this was helpful and it answered some of your questions if head tracking does work, and as you can see, it does work. If you guys have more questions about this whole setup here, let me know down in the comments section below. Hopefully I'll be able to do some more follow-up videos. If you guys haven't seen my first flight video, make sure you guys check out this video here, or if you guys are looking at the MAVIC 3 Pro, make sure you guys check out this video right over here.